everyone, my name is TM Craze, and today I'm trying to do a video on my experience with not only the HyperX Pulsefire Haste Wireless, just the V1, but also the Fantech Helios Go XD5, which I don't have a lot good to say about this one, considering that it's been the one that's given me the most trouble. So for one on this, I don't know if you can kind of see it. I'm trying to get like good lighting for it, but you can kind of see it's kind of a, what is it? An IntelliMouse Explorer shape. Okay, so I don't really know how to set this up correctly, but this should kind of give the backing I need to kind of show off the mouse. Not really, but yeah, it's IntelliMouse Explorer shaped, and a small mouse meant for small hands. Small ergo, wireless, which is rare. And for the first while I'd been using it, it was pretty good. Until I started to, I don't know if you can properly see this because I'll be covering it, but there's creaking here in the middle. Down the middle here, there's creaking. Not creaking, but flex. Like there's legitimate flex that I had to patch up with tape. The back cover is also kind of flimsy and likes to come off often. The clicks are well tensioned, but they still feel loose. Like there's still significant play on them, especially the right click. And I think the only good part is how well tensioned the side buttons are. But that flex that I'm getting over here has kind of been a deal breaker for me, and so I legitimately just cannot use this mouse because like every time I try and use it, it starts to, what is it? Like I start to feel it, and that just puts me out of it. Sad too, because I also put on hyperglides for this, and with the Hayate Otsu X soft that I have here, it's felt phenomenal. It really has, but I just can't keep using this mouse. Like, it's such a good shape, but it just doesn't allow me the degree of comfortability nor the amount of like confidence I have in this mouse. Comparatively to the Pulsefire Haste here, this one instills me a lot of confidence. I got this originally on a discounted price when it was still like almost 100 Canadian dollars for this. Got it like at $75. And honestly, this has been an excellent buy for me, right? Like, when I squeezed, I get no creaking or there's no flexing. Like, it feels solid. Like, it has technically worse switches, but I don't know if you can properly see it, but there's like no play on the there's like very little play on the clicks, and they all in all just feel very, very solid, even though the Fantech uses KL 8.0s and this uses TTC Golds. I've honestly not noticed the difference between the two. Like, the TTC Golds still feel really good, and I think they're rated for 50 million clicks, so if you were ever going to try and wear these out, you're not. The side button for the Pulsefire Haste is, the top one is fine, but the bottom one has some post travel that is kind of annoying, but it's kind of whatever. the base skates are actually pretty good. I put hyperglides on these before, but they just felt too fast, so I'm just using the base skates now, and it feels perfectly fine. The Hayate Otsu. And the scroll wheel is actually very well defined. Also has RGB. I just turned the mouse off so I could kind of show it better. Very nice, well defined steps, and it's a very solid feeling click when you do the middle mouse, comparatively to the XD5, which by comparison feels kind of mushy, and the middle click doesn't instill a lot of confidence in me. Plus, when I use it in regular browsing, I actually just end up, what is it? Like hitting a browser tab like 3 times. It's not been good for me, essentially. Like, I don't, like, again, it just does not instill confidence in me at all. Like, I wish I could say it did, but it really fucking doesn't. And that's kind of the mouse portion of it, because I have been using the XD5 for like 1 year now. I recently got the Pulsefire Haste, and I've been preferring the Pulsefire Haste more and more and more as time has gone on. It also helps that the Pulsefire Haste is like under 65 grams, whereas the XD5 is around 72 grams, which by itself isn't heavy, but as I've used this more, as I've used the Pulsefire Haste more, I've definitely gotten used to the, what is it, to around like the 62 grams that the Pulsefire Haste is. So that's been a thing. And then lastly, I wanted to talk about the mousepad, which, as you can see here, is an Artisan. The Artisan Hayate Otsu. Now, unfortunately, this is the medium, I think, which is fine because it has more width than length, but it's definitely been through its paces in the year or so I've had it, because as you can see from the camera, it's a very worn out pad by now. And honestly, like, I need something new. Like, this has served me well. It's been amazing, but oh my god, I cannot keep using it. Like, it's literally the most perfect surface. Like, I love it. I really do. But if I do that here versus here, you can see there's definitely a slow spot right over here where I use the mouse pad a lot, and it's just not been good. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to post this little thing for myself on how my mice purchases have been doing, and really the only my mice and mousepad purchases have been doing, and the only one I've really been enjoying is the Pulsefire Haste. Like, everything else has felt kind of really bad. The Hayate Otsu felt really good at first when I finally landed on it, but now it's just a struggle to keep, what is it, like, to keep washing and just making sure it's in tip-top shape, where I really can't be like asked to deal with it anymore. So that's why I'm getting the, what is it, the PureTrack P51. And so that'll be a thing. So look forward to that. And I'll see you all next time.